Hey ladies, it's Saturday night and you know what that means.
You want to get away.
Single Moms Lifestyle presents the Saturday Night Getaway.
Hello. Where y'all at? There y'all go. Hello.
Hello.
Hey y'all. Hello. Welcome. Hey everybody. Sorry
Hello.
about the delay. I actually posted to make sure that you all knew that we would be starting the show a little late. Simple Arrays is on her way. So sorry about that, guys. But hello and welcome. You are now tuned into Single Moms to Wives Saturday Night Getaway. Of course, I am your host, Queen G, sitting here with my beautiful co-host and guest speaker, Miss Lily.
Hello.
Hey, sis. We'll
Hey,
definitely
baby.
get y'all up on the backstory. But I gotta introduce our male voice of reason when us ladies do what we do. Mr. Jihad Yusuf.
Hey. Glad to be in the
Hello.
building.
Hey. So we will definitely have Simply Ray on the show a little later. And we may have another guest speaker, but either way, we're going to keep the ball rolling so we don't have the people up too late. But we will ask everyone that is watching, please tag, like, share,
Yeah.
because tonight's topic is going to be really, really hot. So, how's everybody's week been?
It's been good. Mine's been pretty good. Busy, but good.
Yeah.
Man, long. I'm
Yeah.
tired. I just woke up 2 hours ago, literally.
Did you?
Oh,
You up?
yeah, I'm up, man. The teachers woke me up. She kept bothering me about I got our pizza and she's still hungry and want juice and want a pop.
Oh.
Oh,
Miss Peaches said she up with you.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's has been rough. Well, it's been busy. I'm blessed. I won't complain, but oh, the store shipments have been crazy, and I'm trying to get ready for Black Friday,
Yes.
and just so many major different shifts and projects and all this. So I'm just ugh. But I'm here. Y'all.
Hey,
Hold up.
bosses stay busy.
Help me on today.
Yeah.
Woo. So everybody that's tuned in, if you have a birthday in the month of October, happy birthday.
Happy
We
birthday.
will celebrate it some. Man, we had a lot, but I think we getting towards the end of the month. It's starting to no, I can't even say it's simmering down. We still got a lot more. Brittany's is coming up. Wayana's is coming up. I think Sincere, Malcolm's daughter, her birthday is coming.
Oh,
Yeah, we got a lot more birthdays left in October. I think all of October is on lock. Who y'all got?
I got December on lock.
December on lock.
Yep,
Oh,
Lala's birthday in December, Kevin birthday in December, Dula birthday in December, and my mom birthday is in December, and
oh,
my niece Kyra.
oh wow.
Yes.
That's a whole lot.
Yeah.
Jihad, we just celebrated some. You got any more?
Nothing like I know Tracy's birthday was yesterday.
It was. Was it
Tracy's
yesterday?
birthday, I think it was yesterday. So it's
Okay.
a lot of Libras, a lot of Libras at the first week, second week, and I think the third week.
Oh wow. Happy birthday, everybody. And if
Happy
you guys
birthday.
Yes, if you guys want to any of us to give somebody a birthday shout out. I am horrible with birthdays. Thank God for Facebook. I'm not going to lie when it comes to that. If you're on social media, that is my reminder. But if you guys would like for us to give anybody a shout out, birthday, graduation, anniversary, you guys know you can email us at singlemomslifestyleradio@gmail.com, and we will be sure to shout you or your people out. Also, if you guys have any show ideas or topics that you would like for us to have on the show, you're welcome. Again, the email is singlemomslifestyleradio@gmail.com. I get a lot of inbox about show ideas. Um, and that's fine. So I'm also checking them too. So you can DM us on our Facebook page or my private page. It's cool. Um, Tonight's show, I'm here for it. I am here for it. You're here for it. I'm here for it. So tonight's show is actually a part two of Says Who. So we did part one last week, Simply Ray and I, and basically what we were doing is just talking about just how we break down the false um, society quote unquote truth versus the truth. You know what I mean? Facts.
Right.
And just the says who. A lot of times we incorporate things in our lives that it's not a thing. You know what I mean? Somebody made it a thing, but it doesn't have to be your thing.
Right.
And we just kind of wanted to talk about that. And tonight is part two, where we go into the says who, but a little deeper when it comes into just shifting gears. Last week we stayed more on a spiritual level. If it's not God's word, it's your word. And this week we want to just switch gears and get into a more practical level of being and having relationships, and just the importance in how we communicate. It's a major key.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also are going to speak tonight just about, again, incorporating it all, but communicating with our kids in 2021 with everything that's gone on, all the gadgets, all the platforms, social media. Who's raising your kids? Are you raising your kids, or are they raising your kids? What are you talking to your children about? Are they prepared? Those kind of questions. We're gonna get into it right now. So, which one y'all wanna jump on first?
I'm open.
You follow your lead.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Get this lighting down.
I think we can go forth with, let's just, since I started or ended with the kids, let's just go forth with that. What are we having a conversation? What are we talking to our kids about? So I want to read a post. And this is from Nay at work. She was supposed to be on the show, but she's traveling. So if she can hop in, I'm cool. If not, she knows that I'm reading this. And I just wanted her on to actually discuss it. So she said, as parents, do we really know what our children are going through? Do you talk to your children and get in their head mentally, emotionally, and socially? It's more than how are your grades? What's the latest dance or shoes? Social media has ruined these kids. Put them in a room and they don't even know how to talk and make sense anymore. He says, he said, she said, and all I've been hearing, and I'm sick of it. These girls are real life bullies. This makes me sick. Arguing and fighting is not cute, and it can't put on, and you can't put that on your resume. She said, I can go on and on. Parents, we got to do better to bring that village together instead of making validation that is that the behavior is okay. Trust and believe I will never tell your kid wrong as long as you don't tell mine. Gotta teach these teen girls before they become teen moms, prisoners, etc. Man, that was a lot. That was fully.
Wow.
But
That was a lot.
yeah, that was fully loaded. I'm talking about, she came out like not playing nobody's games. She was in here like, listen, I'm sick of. That's what she said. I'm sick of.
Right. She said up. Right.
So the first thing she said is, what do we really know about our children and what they're going through? I talk to me, Lily, about that.
Wow. I want to say this. It all comes back to the parents. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. It is a social media sort of, time we living in, but at the end of the day, it depends on you as a parent. You know what I mean? You know how we came up.
Right.
We didn't have Instagram and TikTok. We didn't have it. We had each other, phone calls, beepers. you know. And I do agree,
Yeah.
social media can ruin your child. I'm not gonna say it is because my children are not ruined by social media.
Right, right. I
They're
agree.
not allowed to even be on social media past a certain time. And if they are, I know their accounts, I know the passwords. I'm on
Right.
so I monitor, and they're in high school, and I still monitor their social media account.
Yeah,
Because like I
absolutely.
tell my kids, if it comes a time where you're driving your car and your phone go out, how are you gonna be able to read a map?
Right, right,
You
right.
understand what I'm saying? Without Google Maps,
Absolutely.
how can you read a map if you're driving across the country? So I teach my kids to put your phones down. Let's have a conversation, and see where they're
Right,
mentally. So we do that. Like I don't let them indulge in social media.
right, right, right. I love
But
that. And I
I
absolutely
just
know
don't.
that. Yeah, I believe that. I do. Jihad.
Um, piggybacking on what Lily said, that's real makes sense. Like, kids need to learn like human contact.
Right.
'Cause cell phones, they will go down. Grids are going to go down. One thing I used to do, we used to have family meetings on Thursday nights, no phones. Typically, when we eat together at the table, what I'm saying, there was no phones. The funny thing about it was Quentin lost his mind when I took his phone, and I couldn't
Mm,
understand like, dude, what's the big deal? Like, he literally told me I was invading his privacy. And I'm like, you don't have no privacy in this house. So that's when I started to begin to pay attention to social media. This was around the time where everybody was on Vine, when it was it Do It for the Vine or what it was at the time?
yeah.
I
Yeah.
So
remember that.
that's what I wanted to find out what it was. And then, with social media, I had to learn the language. Social
Uh-huh.
media language. They speak a whole nother language.
Yeah.
True.
Got these fake pages and secret groups and stuff like that. Yeah, it's
True.
heavy. But
Yeah.
being in tune with I think the best way to be in tune with our kid is to give them the room to be honest and transparent.
There
We
you go.
talking about communication. So they should, if your kid feel like they can't come to you, that means that's you a bomb, what I call a bomb parent. You're gonna blow up every time they bring something to you that might disappoint you.
Yeah.
Mm,
Oh, that's
If you
good.
could just be calm and communicate in a calm voice and ask
Mhm.
questions, I believe your kids will be more open with you and give you understanding about what's going on out here, what they feeling and what they going through. Because a
Right.
lot of kids dealing with depression and suicide, mainly because they feel like
mm,
they don't have no outlet. And if you can't talk to your parent right in the house, and that's a problem. Or take the social media and mom and dad sitting right there, that's a problem.
that's
Yeah,
right.
I
I totally
absolutely
agree.
agree.
Hmm.
For me, it's one of those things where I could say what both of you all said, and I agree with it because that's just how I operate. I.e., clearly my circle. You know what I mean? That's how I operate. But the the thing with my children and I, we like to be transparent. I'm very transparent with them, and of course, keeping everything at its level. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But we have, I think parents are so busy literally nowadays wanting to be friends with their kids, wanting to be cool.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I've been watching TikTok and I'm just like, the mamas is on here. I mean, it's not a mommy daughter type situation. It's a
Right.
I'm gonna drop it lower than you type. Like, it's just levels to this that I'll never,
Right.
and I enjoy my young adult children. I have three,
Hmm.
well, actually four.
Hmm.
I keep forgetting Brandon, but all four of my children are adults. But it's just something about it's different things I just absolutely will not do with them, and but because I want them to be able to come to me and I want to be able to have those conversations. And with every last one of my kids, the ones that mostly all of them, but I can talk to them for 3, 4, 5 hours.
Hmm.
I mean, me and my oldest son, we used to just sit up and talk to 4 or 5 in the morning, just that kind of conversation. And you, if you're talking for that many hours with somebody and it ain't no teaching and learning being exchanged, that's the problem. So I think
Right.
the biggest thing is parents might say, yeah, I talk to my kids, but what you talking about? That's the thing.
Right. What are you talking about?
What are you
Right.
talking about? Because social media should not ever be the reason. That you are absolutely right, Lily. That's on the parent. There's no
Yeah.
reason why somebody is a robot,
Hmm.
a computer,
Hmm.
a laptop, whatever it is raising
Because
a child.
I look at it like this. We came up just fine without it.
Absolutely.
We don't have to follow the trends because social media is available. A lot of stuff is available. Don't mean you have to indulge in it or you have to, you know what I mean, go that way because it's available to you.
Right.
You can have your own mind. You know what I mean? My
Right.
other child, well, my godchild don't even have a social media account, and she's 19.
Yeah.
She's not
Yeah.
interested in putting her pictures on Instagram or have it. She's not even interested in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I say,
Yeah.
you'll go a long way because you're not keeping up with what everybody else is doing. But also on the other side, it's a good thing because you get the network.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And that
You know what I
exactly,
mean?
exactly. And that's what I was getting ready to say it as it pertains to like the girls brand. All of my kids actually, they are all so much like me. Everybody's marketing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So we've had those conversations where it's just like it don't have to be a bad thing, but in
right.
all things, make it make sense.
Make
You
it
know,
make
if
sense.
something is getting the kind of time that you put in at an 8 hour job, Houston, we have a problem. I'm gonna need you to make some money off of it. Listen, they need to pay you. Don't be on there, you know what I mean? And you don't. And so now they like myself, you know what I mean? There's regular, conversation and just being normal on social media. But then
Right.
for the most, it's promote. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
it's market. It's make some moves. Are
that's
we
right.
moving?
That's right. And the sad part about it is you have a lot of parents that they're striving to get likes, you know what I mean? And that's where their children getting it from. Like they
Yeah.
can because children are sponges. They soak up everything they see
Hmm.
and hear.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And I don't take my kids down those roads to where whatever I'm going through, I let them know about it. We talk about different things on different levels because I have to be a mom to a 20-year-old. I have to be a mom to a
Yeah.
15-year-old. So I
Yeah.
have to put these different faces on for different situations with my kids because they're all different ages. But at the same time, I don't pour myself onto my kids when it comes to stuff like that because like Lala, Lala 20. She
Right.
she loved, getting on Instagram. She loved TikTok. She loved that stuff. Only, with a limit of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's
Right.
into it still, but I don't talk to her about my social media. Like, oh, girl, I need to get some likes, or girl, what you doing?
Yeah.
Because that's when you become, like you said, your child friend,
Right. Right.
and
And it still
that's
levels.
good because then who they gonna come to? Like your cousin said for advice. Like, where's my mom in this? You know what I mean?
Right. And then they're not comfortable in it. And that's the one thing that I think is the most important nowadays because it's a lot for seasoned, you know what I mean, adults,
Yeah,
seasoned vets in this. The pandemic alone is stressful, and I
yeah.
see what I see in a lot of the young adults, around our children age is I see a whole like they not able to carry the kind of weight we did. You know what I mean?
Hello.
And she mentioned like emotionally, socially, they're socially and emotionally very for lack of better words, I'll say immature. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? They lack a
right,
lot of skills and strengths that we had that strictly came from, I don't know, survival, I
right,
guess. I don't know,
right.
a different cloth. And I think that we've spoiled, a lot of our children.
We have,
I
we have.
believe our generation is just one that we focus so much on on doing what our parents didn't do
Yep,
that we missed the whole memo of doing what needed to be done for that era, for those
yep,
Mhm.
individuals. You know what I'm
yep,
saying?
Yeah.
yep.
And in return,
Mm,
it's not a bad thing, but it's not a great balance because we overcompensated. That's why these
right,
people can have half of this stuff. If we didn't
right,
buy into the games and the tablets and the cell phones, and if we didn't buy into that stuff, then
right.
what would they have? They would
They
have their
were
books, they would have
right.
board games, they would have outside and regular communication. It's the
Mm-hmm.
point where they don't even know how to honestly have a conversation and communicate. So
Right.
she said, like, it's ridiculous. She's like, all she hears is girl, she said, he said, they said.
Mm-mm.
Listen, I'm telling you, both my daughters know at the end of the day, they can only do but so much of that. And I'm like, do you hear
Right,
yourself?
right, right.
you know,
But you raised them different. Like Lyric and Adriana, they both of them are so intelligent.
thank
Like
you.
a lot of young girls can look up to them and follow in their footsteps because they didn't make no major mistakes. They didn't do no stupid normal teenage stuff. You know what I mean? Like you really sacrificed a lot for your children. I watched it. You know what I mean? I watched you
Thank
go
you.
from a single mom who made the sacrifices for your kids who, you know what I mean? They didn't have everything, but they didn't have the least of anything either. You know what I mean? You made
Right.
Christmas,
Thank
you
you.
made birthdays happen, and they appreciate it. So we didn't have social media. We made it happen. I don't get it. I don't get why social media is so important in households these days. We didn't have it.
Yeah, yeah.
We didn't have social media.
And I know it's funny because I can hear my mama, which I'm sure she watching, mama say something,
Hey,
but
mama.
uh uh it's one of those things where I feel that's how you can tell we getting old. Cause it's like I know, and Jihad, I know it's just stuff where our parents, our aunts and uncles is like we dated, they were saying the same thing. Like we didn't have all that. And now to finally be there, hey Ed, to finally be there, and now we're saying like we didn't have all of this. It sounds so weird, to be,
Right.
but the difference is that we had balance, you know what I'm
We
saying?
did.
We
We did.
still were balanced. And I don't
Yeah,
think that it's a bad thing that they have it. I think that they have to learn to balance. And again, everything right now for me, y'all hear me say this, and I know people sick of it, but I'm gonna keep saying it until it's sink. It's mindset.
it is. It is.
Mindset makes a world of difference, and the only way, for me, what you put in your mind is
Mm-hmm.
where it's going to set. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's what I want them to understand. It's your mindset.
Right.
don't,
Right.
don't let nothing control you. Don't let nothing, you know what I mean, have you out just to where you could, to the point where you literally are not focused on making any progress in life. You know what I mean? Or doing
Right.
anything positive in life. That's
Right.
what I don't want. I don't
Right.
want this on social media. I think it's a new way of people being bum bums.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It
I said
is.
what I said.
with the
Right. But you're
with
right.
the
You're right.
with the advent of social media, I think in our particular generation, I don't know how old y'all are, but I'm 40. I'll be 49 November. So
I'm 41, 42
so
in March.
I'm 42.
okay, so I'm in that group where we had to learn how to reparent with social media, as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to parenting when we came up was a little bit more simple because they wasn't combating with anything that we could go to.
Mm-hmm.
Another the
Yeah.
greatest lure with social media, back in the day, like you were always curious about what was going on the other side of the world. What were your friends doing? Where were they
Mm-hmm.
at? You know what I'm saying? Social media puts you right there. So
Mm-hmm.
the thing
Yeah.
about social media is my dad always said technology will destroy man and it's taking
Mm.
away human contact. I saw this we're talking about the kids and communication and we're talking about the aspect of social media. So I watched this movie called The Island that came out in 2005 that people completely slept on. I don't even know if y'all even seen it. When I
Mm-mm.
The
watched this movie, we think social media is the biggest monster in the room. No, there's a thing called humanism where
Mm.
humans be almost integrated with machines. You understand what I'm saying? It's gonna
Mm-hmm.
get to a point in society we won't know what's real, what's an authentic human being, because it's just gonna be just that crazy. And they've been telling us in shows and movies forever,
For
predictive programming.
years.
So
Mm-hmm.
why am I saying that? Because the one that rocks the cradle rules the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when you look at these babies, we say they so intelligent. They act like they've been here before. There's a lot of things with genetic memory that these babies are born with. Just like Peaches. Peaches can operate a cell phone. She can unlock. She know my code. She can unlock it. She can FaceTime my mama. Right at
Yes.
5. What was we doing at 5? We was learning how to dribble,
Playing
uh,
in dirt.
playing in dirt, climb on monkey bars. You understand what I'm saying?
My
So it's like,
grandkids are 1, 2, and 3, and they swipe. Brandy's
yeah,
grandbaby, 1 years old,
yeah.
swipe, know how to click. It's
So
scary.
I think the thing with kids is not only with communication, but we have to become historical with them. We have to
Mm-hmm.
present them with like things that kind of like what we did or looked upon as ancient relics now. And it's
Mm.
important, you know what I'm saying? Going outside, like when we sometimes when we're in the car, I might put on the Sugar Hill Gang. You know what I mean? Y'all remember the old
Mm-hmm.
school, the old song, the hip, the hop, the hippie. And she like,
Mm-hmm.
what's that? I'm like, this is where hip hop started. What you
Right.
listening to is an offspring. This is like the 54th generation of what this started. So I
Yeah.
give her those type of histories and things like that of that nature. Just human contact. Because
Kudos.
by the
Yes.
Kudos
time
to
my kids
you.
have kids, we
Yes.
ain't gonna recognize the world no more. Cell phones are gonna be in us. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So,
That's crazy.
so
And
we might
Mm-hmm.
that's
as well get ready to
scary.
embrace it. But I think the thing about it is when it comes to these children, we dealing
Mm-hmm.
with the aspect of social media. The one that rocks the cradle rules the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just I'm just an old school soul, I guess. My
Mhm.
grandmother had a lot to do with my upbringing, and I'm old
Mhm.
fashioned. People say I'm too strict on my kids. Um, I got aunties and cousins that say let them grow up. Let them grow up.
I hear
But
it all the time.
The
I
thing
think
about. Oh, I'm sorry, Lily. Go ahead.
I no, you're good. But what I was gonna say was I appreciate those old school values because can't too many women say I'm 42 years old. My daughter's 20 and she's still a virgin. A lot of
Mhm.
people can't.
Right.
A lot of people can't say that.
Right.
My son is 24. Don't drink. Don't smoke. Never been to jail. Never had a baby. I'm old school when it comes to raising my kids. I'm putting values in them and teaching them to value yourself, value your body, value your mental, because it's important when you share these things with people. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like I'm just old school with it with
Right.
my
Right.
kids,
Right.
I'm
and they
Yeah.
big on that
appreciate.
word value. I'm very big on the word value. I think one thing we got to keep in mind: the Bible says the generations become wiser, but they become weaker. All right.
Mhm. Mhm.
One thing that I think that our children will love us for is to solve problems and put on a display of dealing with problems without
Right.
medication. Because that's one
Mhm.
thing they can't do that we can deal with. They can't handle
Mhm.
problems. They can't
Right.
handle setbacks. We could deal with a lot of stuff and keep it pushing forward. So I think that's where we're superior at over social media.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that's one thing that I think that if you can show your children that you can solve problems, then you will gain their respect enough that they will listen to you. Because a
Mhm.
lot of times I think another reason why kids don't think we don't know nothing because they don't see us advent anything that they might find intriguing or fascinating, like social media or
For real.
Right.
Yeah.
see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
But if daddy up here handling problems, man, daddy went to work the other day. He got bit by a dog and fell off the ladder cutting the trees. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, that's something to learn from. And here I am mad because I couldn't get the latest Jordans, but I'm taking Ritalin. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And I'm
Right.
it's so dope that you said that because cats out the bag. That's literally what I do with my seeds. I
Mhm.
I absolutely I'm gonna accidentally show them what I just brought in this year on the store. You understand?
Mhm.
I'm gonna accidentally show you these numbers because again, like you said, I'm trying to combat all of this other stuff. I really don't. You know what I mean? I know it ain't. It's it outweighs to a certain extent because again, I'm I'm not peer, I'm not the
Mhm.
majority, and so you still have to understand that. But and when they get grown, of course, instantly it's like I respect what you're saying, but I don't have to. Blessing
Right.
is that for me, the blessing is that they actually will listen. They will
Right.
sit down. They're teachable, is what I'm saying. In
Right.
all of their flaws, because they make their flaws. Did they break those generational curses of teen pregnancies and not graduating and oh baby, they did that. Even like
Yeah.
you were saying, virginities being saved until you know what I'm saying. They were able to. Adriana was both of them were adults. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's
Right.
one of those things where I can't complain. The stuff that's flawed is just something that again, if other parents were to see these things, because like it's human nature. It's
Yeah.
just human for them to do
Another.
stuff they've
Another.
done.
I'm sorry, cool. Another thing people
Okay.
forgetting or not remembering is that you put fear in your kids.
Yeah.
You put fear in them at a young age, so they knew not to disrespect you. And
Yeah.
they grew up, no matter what change, they grew up knowing, hold up, that's mama.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
go there with mama. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
they grew up like that. So that's why they waited until they were old enough to do certain things because mama didn't play that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of households say we missing big mama, we missing this, we missing that. Big mama taught you how to be a young lady, how to be a mom. You just choose not to use those values. You want to
Right.
keep up with the trends and be, like you say, a children's friend instead of being a mom. You know,
And
like you said,
and
that is
staying
that
in
is
the you're right. You're my bad. I'm sorry, but you're right. You know what I'm saying? Staying in the know, staying up to date has nothing to do with, you know what I mean, not being able to sort out what it is that your kids got going on. First of all,
right.
where's their mindsets and all of that. And like I said,
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather y'all shift your, before you just get on here trying to be TikTok famous, what is it, Instagram famous or Insta famous,
Mm-hmm.
whatever they call it. Be famous for actually, like you said, doing
Mm-hmm.
something with yourself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Starting a business. So
Mm-hmm.
if what they're showing you on social media is that intriguing that it has your attention like that, let me show you something. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's just as intriguing. That's just as enticing, but it's going to be more beneficial to you.
There
You know
you
what
go.
I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And because we know social media is whatever anybody, your life can be whatever you want it to be
That's right.
on social media. You can be whoever, whatever you like on
Whatever
social
you like.
media. You can be whoever you want. But I want, and I thank God, not, and let me not just keep saying me. I thank God that my whole circle, my
Mm-hmm.
family, my friends, anybody that they see me mess with, talk to, whoever,
Mm-hmm.
is somebody that they can learn from. And I
That's
just
right.
recently had this happen. It wasn't me. You know,
Mm-hmm.
my daughter, big girl, Adriana, she needed to talk. But this wasn't for me. And she's one of them kids that, let me tell you how dope she is.
That's my baby.
She'll sit there and I'm just chopping it up with her. And it took, I don't even know how long she had been doing it, but one day I looked down, she was recording my conversations. Y'all,
Oh.
that took me out because I didn't feel like I was, not that I wasn't saying anything profound because I'm intentional when I talk to them, but the
Mm-hmm.
fact that she, that my conversation and the wisdom meant so much to
Mm-hmm.
her that she
Mm-hmm.
was preparing for, even if, when God takes me home, she still, do you know how dope that is?
Yes.
And for me, I was like, whoa, I didn't even know what to do with that information. But I'm saying
Wow.
that for her, for me, it was an honor, but for her, that was so much wisdom
Mm-hmm.
to be able to
Mm-hmm.
say, let me store this up. I don't want to forget
Mm-hmm.
nothing. It
Mm.
was everything. And again, we just have to realize that where we may have to use different strategies to be able to get our kids' attention and get them to focus on the things that trump what the majority is doing, it's
Mm-hmm.
worth it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It is so worth it. I know that my they feel like we're harsh on them because you keep saying, you strict on your kids. I don't
Yeah.
think that, you know what I'm saying? I don't think nowadays what you're pouring into your kids, Jihad, what you pour into your kids, what I pour into my kids and in our circle and our families. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think that is too much. You know what I'm saying?
Me neither. Me neither.
Nowadays, I think this conversation is because we need to turn it up a whole
Mm-hmm.
lot more. Not
Mm-hmm.
in our kids, but our kids need to start talking to who the Nay that made this mess, this post. Our kids
Mm-hmm.
start talking to their kids. You see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? It's,
Mm-hmm. My daughter,
yeah, go ahead.
um, Lala just started a teen prayer group. Her
Yeah.
and her friend Malola, she's African, and her Spanish friend Elizabeth, they started a girls teen prayer group, and it's on I think Instagram, and they got like about maybe 13 or 14 girls now, and every Saturday and Sunday for about an hour they get on there and talk about the pressures of being a young lady black woman or a Spanish woman or in America and the things they deal with and how they pray about it and they encourage you. It's so beautiful. And I was like, my baby started that. Like,
Yeah.
so proud of her. So it's what we teach them. You know what I mean? And all you ever shown your children was a strong black woman. They had no choice but to be
Right.
strong black women. They had no choice.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And that's ditto. You know what I'm saying? That because honey, we done been through some things. Do you hear me?
Talk
We
about
met in
it.
2000. Yeah, we met in 2000.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we've been through some things, but I
Mm.
think Jihad, talk to me about the young, because you have. Wait a minute, do you have more sons than daughters, or is it
I
equal?
got 4 girls, 2 boys.
You got more girls. Okay,
Mhm.
so with your
Ooh, that's a girl
sons,
dad.
Yeah,
yes,
very
he
much.
is. He
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
How is it with communicating with your sons in 2021 now, today? What does
As opposed to when they were younger.
just as opposed to being able to communicate to with them on where we are today? You know what I'm saying? And with society, with social media, how's your communication with them?
My communication relies in the realm of the mistakes that they made from the stuff I taught them that was gonna happen. That's where our communication is nowadays.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
So the communication is self-calibrated because it's like now communication is like, okay, Dad, you told us this to happen. So how do I solve this problem or this, that, and the third? And when we talk, it's always I don't like small talk. So we might joke a little bit, this, that, and the third, but let's get straight to it. Let's talk about some meaningful things. What you got going on with yourself? What's your health? What's your ideas? What's your plans? Jobs are disappearing. What's your goal? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
but the one thing about it is still to this day, even though my children, my oldest is 30, as adults, I still talk to them peacefully and kind. You understand what I'm saying? I don't ever
Yeah.
want to lose a child based on I feel like I can't talk to my daddy. He gonna always get mad. I used to be that guy. You understand what I'm saying? How I found out was because Lily, I coach basketball. You said girl
Okay.
dad, my daughter been, I
Mm-hmm.
coached her.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to a podcast one day, and this is where I started to understand hostility, right? When we communicate with our children, a lot of times hostility unknowingly. So it was a lady coaching the WNBA, and she was talking about how much she loved her daddy. Her daddy was the best coach, but her daddy hurt her feelings a lot. Her daddy made her cry, and I got to thinking. I said, "Dang, you know what? I wonder if my own daughter felt like that." So I
Mm-hmm.
called her, and by God, she like busted out in tears, like, "Yeah, Dad, I did this,
Oh,
third."
Oh,
I'm like, wow, I never
that's
realized, what I'm
beautiful.
saying? Humiliated her in front of people all the time. So, but at the time, I thought my coaching was effective when I was like, rah, rah, and all that, but it wasn't. So,
Mm.
I know we're talking about the boys, but I was pretty much talking about the tone.
yeah.
Whether
Mm-hmm.
it's the boy or the girls, I had to learn how not to be hostile.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
okay.
So when they call me and they mess up, like, Dad, I messed up. I say, cause no, I live by a counter racist code. So I go into the question mode. Well, what happened? Why did you do it? What was the
Mm-hmm.
result that you was looking for? So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of
Right.
the communication nowadays is just simply based on, okay, what do I do now? You said this is
Making them
what happened.
think
This, you know what
first.
I'm saying? That's what it's based on.
Yeah.
And the main conversation right now with my boys is women. How to choose a
Mm-hmm.
good woman, a good mate, things of
Ooh.
that nature. And I can only give them
Mm-hmm.
so much because at the end of the day, what I may think is a good woman, my son may have different requirements. So I just
Mm-hmm.
tell him basically the conversation is really based on you first and foremost.
Yeah,
Before
yeah,
you make that
yeah,
move, feel like you that guy, you got to have all your corners covered. You understand what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
and don't hang with a lot of Negroes. So
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what
preach,
my communication is based on.
preach.
First of all, that's the part right there. Keep dudes off from around you, and
Mm-hmm.
the females as well. That
Your
was big,
partner is the killer.
huh?
And who you
Mm-hmm.
think is your nigga is the killer.
You better
Mm-hmm.
say that. Absolutely. And that's
Preach.
exactly where the conversation with Brandon had to go. I'm just like, listen, keep them off from around you.
And if they
Mm-hmm.
listen, let me say this, cause while I'm on that right there, I went to school for criminal justice. That was my minor. And when I
Mhm.
took that law class, we was talking about the homicides and murder rates. When that teacher, my teacher name was Mr. Professor Lance, Larry Nance, and he was FBI, CIA. He said most people killed. Now this is like what 1992. I just got out of high school.
Uh-huh.
Most people that are killed by somebody they know. And I'm thinking, man, that's crazy, but it's
Mm-hmm.
true.
Wow.
Almost
Mm-hmm.
86% of people laying dead in their grave from a homicide or murder is from somebody they know. So if any
Wow.
Somebody they know.
young guys, y'all
Wow.
cousins, my sons, solo, dolo. If you're gonna hang with anybody, hang with the woman you're trying to build a life with. But hang with a
There
Thank
you
bunch,
go.
you.
and then
Thank
you become
you.
successful. They life not successful. You get money, they not getting money. You got the pretty
Right.
girl, they got the ugly girl.
Mm-hmm.
You get famous, they feel like you owe them because they was with you for protection and security. And y'all, no. Hang by your
Right,
people.
right, right, right,
Hang by
right.
yourself. Don't bring the streets to your house.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with that. I
That's
definitely.
right. That's right.
And that's the biggest thing that these kids like. I don't like the thing with social media is it is we already know it makes it very competitive. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And
Yeah.
then as if we already don't have enough just I don't want to say flat out because I don't well, we ain't doing no filters. I don't feel like it.
Hmm.
On black crime, as if we don't have
Right.
enough black on black hating on each other. And it's just,
Right.
you know what I mean? It's just building a rack of different things that we already have, you know,
Yes.
and going on amongst us. And now here's social media, and now we got the competition. And now we got the, you know what I'm saying, words like you hating or you know what I'm saying, capping, you this, you that. It's just
Yeah.
too much.
A
And
lot of it, a lot of it can mess with their self esteem too and bring on anxiety because they could feel like, well, I didn't get enough likes on my picture, or, especially for the ones that's a little younger with
Mm,
social media, they could feel like, well, I don't have enough friends on Instagram, or enough this, enough that, so that could bring on social anxiety for them. It's just not good. You know what I mean?
mm,
I
right,
just
right,
I don't agree. Like it's okay to have social media. Make social media work for you. Make it work for
right.
you. If you're gonna have a social media, sell some clothes or network, get your business out there, promote. Let it be for what it
Yeah.
is because it's not a lot of people lives on there. It's not real. It's not.
It's so not. Listen,
You
and not
know?
even that. You don't know somebody's come from. You don't
Right.
know their current struggle. And I
Right.
will be the first to tell people that all the time. Baby, don't look at my social media and think, oh, she got it going on. I listen,
Right.
this is again, it's levels to this. You
There
know what
you
I'm
go.
saying? I've accomplished a lot, but I just had the conversation what 2 shows ago, I think, cuz where I was saying freedom ain't free.
Mm.
Owning a
Hello.
business or multiple, oh baby, it comes with something.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
comes with something. This show alone, I've been doing since 2015.
Mm-hmm.
The radio in Atlanta and moved to another radio a year later because it's a constant juggle. It's a constant, it's nonstop. It's
Mm-hmm.
easier, baby, to go clock in, get a check, and go on about your
Yeah.
business. It really is
Right.
necessary for us to do what we do. You're a business owner, Lily. You know what I'm saying? You understand.
Oh
You
man.
you get it. But
Woo.
by the same token, don't judge it off of the social media because baby, you gonna go. It's gonna be an epic fail for
Oh
you.
yes, it is. Oh yes, it is. And see, I took the other route when I wanted to. At first, it was a beauty salon. When I partnered with somebody, I thought that was okay. I'm gonna have a beauty salon. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Epic fail. Okay, then it was the clothing store. Okay, I was spending more money on clothes than I was selling clothes. Epic
Yeah,
fail.
yeah,
So then
yeah.
I said, you know what? Let me turn it up a notch. Let me apply what I do know
Right.
to something that maybe somebody else don't know, and
Yep.
then I can help somebody grow and get paid. Okay, tip service.
Yep. 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 Yep.
You know
Yep.
what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
So God, He blesses and touches what's right.
Yeah.
We can do all these things and pray and ask God to bless it and bless it and bless it, and He will with obedience. But then when we fail at it or we don't do right by it and we have to start over, that's a humbling experience. That's
And
like
that's
teaching
what
my
they don't.
kids.
And so, Jihad, you made a statement earlier. I'm glad you said that, Lily. You made a statement earlier where you were saying that, help me, help me, help me. I'm trying to go back. You said something about them under being weak. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
They're
generation become
wiser,
wiser and
but
weaker.
they're weaker. Okay, that's what you said. Let me make sure I make that statement right. So, to what she just said, you know what I'm saying? Because it takes a whole lot of mental strength, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, to be able to fall and get back up and make mistakes and get back up. And like you said,
Hmm.
and I love the fact that you were saying you're put you when your kids come to you with an issue and y'all conversate, you have to converse about whatever it is they did. You basically are putting them in a situation where they are going back over the scenario, asking their own questions, answering them, and then coming up with just ways of not being able to be on rewind and repeat. So what do you mean when you say the weak and they're wiser, but they're weak in certain areas?
The thing about it is, when I say the wiser but weaker, like Autumn has an understanding at 5 I didn't have at 5 years old about life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Autumn can read my mannerisms.
Wow.
Autumn knows, she has a great sense of danger.
Yeah.
Um, just I was teaching her how to count in 5, 10s, and 100s in the car. She picked it up so quick.
Wow.
But at the end of the day, when she came here and just said a few minutes ago, my head's itching. I said, well, I'm just scratching, but it's gonna mess it up. It's not a big deal.
Oh,
She ain't got her bonnet on, or I'm not happy because she had a little tear come out of her eye from the fan.
oh,
She's sharp. Yes. You done?
she sounds so
Yeah.
adorable.
So
Yeah.
that's what I mean
I
about
like that.
wiser and weaker. They're
Uh-huh.
wiser, but they weaker in human problem solving.
Okay.
Hmm.
I like
Wait, wait,
that.
wait,
I
wait.
like
Okay,
that.
give me 1 second. I got to do daddy duty. 1 second.
Oh no,
That's
you
right.
fine. You fine. You
That's
fine. I
right.
absolutely love that. And the fact that I think what we can all agree on is that we all are intentional about making our kids thinkers. And I want to be
Yeah,
able to switch gears when Jihad comes back and touch this other topic as well. But I
yeah,
think more importantly for the parents that's out there, understanding that in order for this whole village to get on the right foot, we absolutely have to have those conversations. Sometimes my kids absolutely do cannot stand me. Do you hear me?
me, girl, talk about it. Hello,
They listen, they cannot stand me, and it's not because I'm wrong, it's because they just don't want nobody to say nothing to them. But at
girls,
the end of the
preach.
day, I tell them, I have never ever ever steered you wrong. I've made bad choices. I've made mistakes. I bumped my head so you don't have to.
Preach.
But understand, and I'm talking about knot it up. Do you hear me?
I tell my kids, I said, I'm not your friend, so I don't care about your attitude.
Listen, but at the end of the day, it's important to be able to get in the head. And again, it is mentally, emotionally,
Yes,
spiritually, all of that is important. It's
yeah, yeah.
important to
And
be,
then listen to your kids too. Listen to them because
yeah,
we can learn from them too. You know what I mean?
yep, yep,
We can
yep,
learn a lot from our kids, and I listen to my kids, and I learn a lot from them because they smart. You know what I mean? I love them. They smart, and so they teach me different things, and it's cool.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
cool. I just thank God for them because I gave them to God a long time ago.
Long time ago, and that's what we ultimately have to do. I think it's important. I don't care what you believe, how you believe, but give them a foundation, something
Yes,
spiritually that when they can't come to you. You know what I mean? They literally, that we shouldn't even be their first go to. Not
that's
not
right.
not as adult, as at a particular age, at age of understanding.
Right,
We shouldn't be their first go to. and
right.
and and that I'm honestly trying to get all of my kids on that level. They
And they
know
will.
God, and
They
they all
will.
have a relationship with God.
They will.
But
They
baby,
will.
it's just like I'm mama, so I'm
Yeah.
the go-to. I'm the first go-to. In their mind, I know they don't want. They wish they wouldn't have to go to.
Well, tell my babies, Auntie Lily still right here, baby. They need to talk to me
Yes,
about anything.
honey.
I'm always
Oh.
be available for them babies.
And you know what? It's honestly a joy to chop it up with them. And like you said, learn from them, learn their mindset. We'll have to have them
Mhm.
on the show again, all of them
Yes,
on the show,
yes,
and
yes,
talk to them. But I think it's important that for the ones that are, and again, I love my kids. We have fun time, but at
yes,
the end of the day, it's just I love my mom. You know what I mean? We hang
yes,
out, we have so much fun, but I can't just say like my mama ain't tripping on being my friend. You know what I'm saying? She understands that I got friends. I need a mother. My
yes.
children understand the same thing. And again, I'll be 42 in March, and at the end of the I'm you know what I mean? It's levels.
I miss my mom, and I love you and your mom relationship.
Oh,
I
thank
love it, and I like in my mind, your mom is my mama. So You
Yeah.
gotta share her with me,
You
okay?
already know. It's a done deal.
But
Period.
my mama
Period.
been gone, what, just been 3 years.
Yes.
And you know how close we were, you know what I mean? And she
Yeah.
told me, she always should say, listen, I'm still your mama.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, the
No,
wisdom.
that's my baby.
Yeah, her wisdom it still holds me to this day. Do you hear
Yeah,
me out in the
thank you.
cabins on the porch rocking
Sorry
chairs?
to hear about that.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
man, it's just amazing.
She was amazing. Yes, she
She
was.
was. And that's what we have to be. I think somewhere along the lines we have to be accountable. We have to slow down. We've been so busy out here trying to get it, and I can honestly say, listen, I'm in that vein right now with learning
Yeah,
patience. You know what I
me
mean? Just
too. Me
learning to
too.
slow down, perspectives.
Me
You
too.
know, all of this stuff is not as important as spending time with the people that gotta carry this torch, our baton, excuse me, in the next
Right.
on this next season. You know, here soon. That's who's getting ready to run the world. So
Yeah.
what we put into them is absolutely important.
Right.
You were saying,
Right.
Jahai, that you talk to your boys, and Lily, you said something about your daughter and your children honestly doing things decent and in order when it comes to dating and messing with these
Mm-hmm.
females and just schooling them. And so I want to
Mm-hmm.
switch gears to the other topic where Robert Bronner Jr., another cousin on my other side, but he posted today to my single sisters the next time a man tells you you will never find a man better than me or one who treats you better than me, you tell him this: it's not my job to find a man. My job is to be a wife ready for him for when he finds me.
Mm.
I gotta let you chime in on that one first. I gotta let you have that one first. This was a guy that said this is the response that women need to give men, and women need to stop looking.
Um,
You said no filter, so let's go. Come on now. It's after hours. All the babies should be asleep.
I think honestly, I think women wait for a man to find them is the biggest mistake. I think that
Ooh,
I
talk
think
to me.
I think that we've learned that through religious teachings. A man
Mm-hmm.
who findeth the wife findeth a good thing. Here's my take on that.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
You
boy.
have a lot of women that should be wives right now, sitting back waiting for a man to find them.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, you can't be found if he's not even yet a man mentally yet. Number one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Number two, the woman chooses the man, but the man pursues the woman.
Preach.
I think that women, I always ask the question, what's the difference in the standard between any other thing you value? You look for a house, you go for a car, you like the clothes that you wear. Why not go after the man that you like? I'm not saying that you got to put yourself out there in a vulnerable state. I said, but it's nothing wrong with letting that man know, like, hey, brother, I see you, I feel you, and I agree with your reality. I've watched you. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Okay.
I take an interest in you. I didn't say you had to throw your heart on the table, but I
Mm-hmm.
think, like what that brother said, that's coming from a context of an arrogant dude, as if he
Mm-hmm.
can't find nothing after he's done dealing with her. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
typically, if he felt like he had to say something like that, that means he probably had a little money. He probably had a little status or something like that. You understand what I'm saying? So in that context, I get it. But on the dating scale as a whole, there's a lot of women who are single that should not be single, sitting back waiting. When you know you pretty much see a guy that you find favoring his reality, that you digging, but you don't pull no triggers because traditionally women don't do that. Just like when they say a woman should never propose to a man. Some men would even say that's gay. I've been proposed to by a woman. You know what I'm saying? And I felt awkward as hell. I'm like, what? So I ain't gonna be front. We was at dinner one time and she pulled out the ring, grabbed my hand and gave me a ring. I'm like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my God. No.
You yeah.
Did you say yes?
Listen.
I honestly, really, honestly, we was at TGI Friday at the time, and it was a table full of women sitting across from us, and they was just cheering. And I was like,
No.
yeah, but
No.
but I just
Listen.
think that right now we're people are living a good life based on being outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
But the one place that we're not outside the box is when it comes to dating. You have to go back. If you're not having success, you have to go back and check the process. You understand what I'm saying? Just like last night, I went out and grabbed, I'm not an out guy. I don't do the clubs. I ain't never drank or smoked a day in my life. But I went out and hung out with my buddy last night. And women sitting there at the bar called happy hour, talking about things that are so unhappy to them. And the places are surrounding men. You understand what I'm saying? But I didn't pull no triggers. You know what I'm saying? Because this is my take. Okay. My take is I don't feel the chase is. I don't value the chase because what exactly do you bring to the table outside a marketing value of sex and a look? If I was to strike up a conversation with the average woman, I know it's not gonna feed me at all. So I don't pull no triggers. Not because I think I'm just all that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna pull the trigger because I don't find value in the chase.
You know what you
But
want.
again, but again, I would never tell a woman that she ain't gonna never find nothing after she get done dealing with me because this is not true. But at the end of the day, women better have stopped waiting if they see a guy that they find favor in. You know what I'm saying? You dig the way that he dressed, you dig how he solved problems, you dig how he's clean, you see how he treat people. You see he's always in the book instead of a cell phone. You see he's in the gym and not in the clubs, and he's cordial to you, and you take interest. Pull that trigger, but stop sitting back waiting for a guy. It's not gonna happen. And because men now, like me, I'm not the only man who don't feel the value in the chase. I'm not, no. But at the same time, if a woman approached me, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Most people call me Red, be like, Red, I'm feeling you, such and such and such and such. I might give a little, you know what I'm saying? I might, just because she was humble enough, and to some people that's humiliating, I give it the time of day. You know what I'm saying? Because that lets me know you're a little different with your thought process. So that means you're working with something a little different. So don't go after and pursue things in other areas of social equality, but not the most important piece of your life, which is love, a care mate, or somebody to be with. At the end of the day, that's just my take on it. So that guy's statement right there, he's definitely incorrect. And he should not have told that woman that, because also too, when a man tell a woman that, it's almost like a threat. He really probably don't want to lose her, or he probably don't want to be without her. So he'll say something like that to make that woman think like, well, I'm in my 40s. I ain't married. He might be right. Maybe this is the best I can get. And
it's definitely the spirit of Jezebel. It's a whole lie.
Yeah, some women and they'll be with that guy and find out that he ain't had nothing no better than any other guy out in the street that probably could have gave her better. For real.
And so, okay, so while I understand what you're saying and where you're coming from, I definitely do agree on a certain level. I do. I agree with what you're saying. The only thing that my perspective in that particular statement, especially towards the end, not that it's only biblical, but that it also and it's what we're taught. Especially in the Christian church, we're taught a man that finds a wife finds himself a good thing. My thing is that from this particular post and putting what you said together, that the incorrect statement the male made, that the first of all, he has a lot of insecurity. So I'll just say the insecure statement he made, that was his mess. And then the statement that, a woman should be preparing, what I take it to believe or to mean is basically mind your business, focus. If you in the right place, in the right space, you understand what I mean, and you're doing what you were literally called to do. We got to understand everybody got a purpose. Serve your purpose, and he'll find you. It's the women out here that's being extra. I put a post up not too long ago. I shared a post from somebody that's like, you know what I'm saying? You've been on social media naked for how many years long looking for a man, sis, you still single. Put your
Put
clothes
clothes
on.
on.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I kind of perceive it, more one of those things where it's the women out here that is doing the absolute most to find a man, and everything you doing, that ratchetness, you don't understand what want to it. You want to intentionally be ratchet. You want to intentionally, you know what I'm saying? You falling head over heel. You're jumping off the diving board into 3 feet, head first. That type of female, no, y'all. It's out of order for me in my perspective. It's just completely out of order.
I tell guys, you better go up to the mommy with the sweatpants and the shopping cart buggy. You know what? I typically step to a woman who's just regular looking. You know what I mean? Sweatpants because I get a whole nother persona as opposed to, well, they stepped out and they on him. Nah.
And that's what I think the message is. And help me, Lily, because you're another woman that I know. I've heard that statement. I know the part about a man that finds a wife find himself a good thing, and then I also or he that I know I might be saying it wrong. And my husband in the next room, and I know he probably like but anyway, saying it wrong. No, he ain't like that. But I've heard both. And I've been in that position where I've had exes tell me that, you know, because you have 4 kids. Ain't nobody gonna want nobody with kids. Ain't nobody gonna want nobody with, you know what I'm saying? Or you're older, after me, that's it. Whatever you hear.
Well, listen, I can't speak for a man because I'm not a man, but what I can say is what I have learned from men who say that is there is a lot of insecurities that goes on in those kind of men. I've had men tell me, you know, it don't get no better than me. Sweetheart, it don't get no better than me.
Check.
Because and I promise you, I'm not tooting my own horn. This is all facts. I don't have one ex who's not calling my phone trying to get back with me. You understand what I'm saying? But it's about the person. Like me, I would take a broken man who don't have a job, who have a lot of ability to work, and build that man up and watch that man grow into the man God want him to be. And we build together and have an empire versus having a man who's already financially stable, financially got, you know, this and this and that, and expect you to bow down to him because he's already established.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
I'm different. I'm different. Give me the man with the potential, and I'm good.
Yeah, you preach,
because
honey.
That man right there will appreciate you. He won't have to question, is she here for my money? Is she only here because of my status? This woman loved me when I ain't had nothing.
Hey.
So he have no reason to question your loyalty. You know what I mean? And vice versa. Same thing. You know what I mean? But it's a person, like your values and what you're looking for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got a lot of people who look for what a man could give them, the bag. I got a homegirl now. He ain't got no money, girl. Da, da, da. Okay, so what if he got money and he's sick?
Right.
What if he got money and along with that money come 100 baby mamas? Now, don't get me wrong. I had a boyfriend that had 7 kids. I took care of all 7 of them.
I'm not playing with you.
He had 7 kids, and I helped him take care of them. And all of a sudden, his kids calling my phone. Would you get back with my daddy?
Right.
I think the thing with the kids thing is, again, because a lot of times, man, you know what I'm saying, I look at that like the baby boy syndrome when men come looking for women that with no kids because they want to be that baby.
All jokes aside,
we having children. I see me. I love fatherhood. You know what I'm saying? And you know, with that one in there, like I said, there's a 19-year gap between her next sibling. But I didn't think that the crazy thing about it is I didn't know if I could love again at 44 the child like I did. You know what I'm saying? But the girl right there is just, how can I put this? There's a certain type of man out there that's going to embrace a woman with children. Obviously, you have it because, you know what I mean?
It's called a grown man.
Yeah, they're going to embrace the children thing because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, the masculinity, you can't have masculinity without fatherhood. You
Okay.
It was 4 P's: provision, problem solving, protection, and procreation. You understand what I'm saying?
Preach.
So at the end of the day, I would prefer a woman with children than without. Because without
Mm,
children, her priorities is social. With children, her priorities are more focused on future and actually real life decisions. Because now you have mouths to feed, you know what I'm saying, people to take care of. Now, this is in a single situation, you know what I'm saying? The man comes
mm-hmm.
in because, like, a lot of times when it comes to children, because I'm saying this about the statement that you made, like Lily said, a lot of exes will call her because they figured out her value as opposed to being in contrast with the women that came afterward. My
Mm-hmm.
thing was, if I date a woman that has children, my relationship with the children is more important than her. You
Ooh,
understand what I'm
preach.
saying? We may not even make it, but them
Mm-hmm.
children still may see a certain quality in me that they can reach out to me and talk to. I would never be their biological father at the end of the day. So if
Mm-hmm.
we don't make it, they still got me at the end of the day.
Right.
But right now, they
Right.
still young and developing, and you can't love a woman without loving that child. So I
Hey,
think that's the most important.
beautiful.
That's the most important. Yeah.
You so pretty.
She's so pretty.
She said, "Thank you." I don't know if you hear her. So, but
You
that's
so
the thing
pretty.
about it is, you know what I'm saying? I love fatherhood just like I love coaching. It's always teaching and mentoring.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you know, and maybe because I'm 40, my 40s and not in my 20s, I probably honestly I might have been that guy before. You see what I'm saying? We all
Mm-hmm.
evolve, you know what I'm saying? But I know even in my 20s, you know what I'm saying, like I don't have I don't know one with it. No, I haven't. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I was, it's not like I was trying, but if they did, I have dated women with children that I absolutely had no problem with. And like Lily said, I met a woman who I thought I was really gonna settle down with, marry, and she had 7 kids, and they were not grown kids; they were babies. But it didn't
Mm-hmm.
bother me at the time because I saw the value in her that much that I'm like, okay, I'm
See,
gonna sacrifice your 7. Damn, that's 14 children. Like, you know what I'm saying?
together.
We gotta move to the woods and get one of them big old houses and a barn and some cattle.
Brady Bunch.
We going to like, what's that little house on the prairie or something?
Yeah.
Man. But I think at the end of the day, I heard this pastor say this, you know what I'm saying? He says it's all about a person where they at in a season.
Mm.
What
Yeah.
season are they in? You know what I'm saying? Are they really
That's
ready to
Yeah.
right.
settle down?
Ooh, you
You know
That's
what I'm
said
right.
saying?
something.
Or it's like, are they still out there choosing? Because sometimes you might be a person stepping stone.
Yeah.
Well, she cool, we get along, but this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? You got to realize that too.
Right.
So,
And
you
Right.
then
know,
Right.
it also a spiritual growth. You know what I mean? Once you get, because a lot of people know who they are as a person. A lot of people don't know that they know what they look like and what they have, what they possess, but they don't know who they are as a person. They don't
mhm.
know their potential. So a lot of people are not spiritually grown yet. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
Mhm.
got some women who look pretty, got the nice shape, the nice house. You know, she may have a kid, have her stuff together, but depressed and don't know how to
Mm-hmm.
pray. She don't know how to pray. And me personally, this is my opinion. If you don't have a prayer life, you lost anyway. Because
Hello.
you got to know how to pray for that man. If that's the man you know you want to be with, or you going to marry, whatever, you got to
Right.
know how to cover that man in prayer.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And people got to
Yeah.
understand
Yeah.
religion.
Yeah.
Religion can't save people.
Yeah. Oh, what? Say it again.
Religion don't save people.
Okay. Religion don't save people. Hello. Hello.
It's so much that as a people,
Relationships.
we have to learn ourselves and get to know who we are first before we try to decide on loving somebody else. Because me and Cool, we was right there together, thought we was in
Yeah.
love, blah, 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 and come to find out, we didn't know who we were or what we possessed until we got older and grown. Was like, wait a minute, girl, this man said this about me, or girl, guess what? I know how to do this. And we started learning things about ourselves and loving us first. And once a woman love herself, once a woman know her
Yeah.
true value, and she know her true value, oh baby, it's gonna take a real king to step
Yeah.
to that queen.
And and the thing about it is ultimately y'all are hitting the nail on the head. It's value. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I don't think and Jihad, back to, this says who. I absolutely agree that there it's okay for a woman to confirm, I'm
Yeah.
feeling you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I take the whole route of should he pursue her? Yes. You know what I mean? should she confirm that it's okay to pursue me, I'm okay, I'm feeling you, or however, whatever terminology you want to use. I,
Mhm.
I think that that's one of those, they say, but
Mhm.
you guys, again, everybody has to customize the way that you live and operate this life, your predestined life, your journey, the way that it
Right.
customize it to suit you. We've got to
Right.
get away from the traditions. We've got to get away from, oh, because it's, November 27th, I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna cook a whole $1,000 meal that we're only gonna eat a day. And you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
it's December 25th. We're gonna, like, no. If
Yeah.
you like Italian, eat Italian. If you
Mhm.
grill. If you want to do it on the 24th, the 23rd, the 22nd, do that.
Live your life. Yeah.
Live your
Yeah.
life, because again, if it ain't God's word, it's man's word. And man's word,
Mhm.
it can be tweaked, it can be altered. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
If it cannot be proven
Mhm.
for a
Mhm.
fact, then we got to get away from the people that says this is how you got to do it. And listen, I'm coming out, talk about seasons, cousin. I'm coming out of that season where
Mhm.
the mindset had to change. Even with my husband, I had to realize that this ain't my daddy, my uncles, my brothers, this man is his own person.
Mhm.
It's not my
Mhm.
mindset with my children. I have my ideas of them and what I wanted them to be and how I want
Mhm.
them to be and all of that. But these are individuals.
There you
These
go.
are men and young women that have their own identities, their own journeys. You understand? And God already prepared them for that. For me, it's just about customizing, you know what I mean? You're making your own new norm.
Mhm.
Corey and I talked about that once before. We were out at the cabins. It was just like, his tradition and my tradition. And we were just really talking about how the way each other's families and, we were raised and the things that they
Mhm.
did for the holidays. And the conclusion was we have to have our own new norm. We
Mhm.
think they brought that around for coronavirus or whatever, but we really do have to. I think we have to be okay with setting our own standards and making this be okay in the way that I want to live. More importantly, other people, other human beings, you got to be okay respecting people's wishes.
Mhm.
Just
Mhm.
because that's not how you do things or how I do things, it doesn't mean that you're wrong. It's different.
Right. And sometimes different is good. You know what I mean? Different is
Oh,
good sometimes.
different is good a lot of times nowadays.
Right.
You know what I mean? Color me different because I don't want to be with the majority. And I think
Mhm.
that women women and men, I'm not gonna put it on a gender at all. Women, men, and all the in betweens. It's just comparing. It's y'all remember that saying, "Live like the Joneses." They trying to live like, man.
Yes.
We got
Yes.
the Joneses and the Johnsons
The
and you
Jacksons.
understand. Listen, the Davises. Everybody want to live like somebody.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
that's the thing. It's like, you know, yes, you want somebody to actually focus on yourself. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I am married, and I will tell any single woman, get you together. Deal with your
Mhm.
trauma. Deal with
Mhm.
your trauma. Don't bring that into somebody else's life.
Right.
Don't let somebody else's drama and trauma, you know what I'm saying, cause you to bond to that because you can relate with your trauma. Sit with Listen, it's after dark.
Mhm.
Sit with y'all schnitz. Okay, I'm trying to cut that word. Sit with it. Because the sooner you sit with it, the more that when you find her, or he finds you, or you find him, however y'all find each other,
Mhm.
that it'll actually be something that y'all can build from fresh, you know what I'm saying, and sustain.
Mhm.
It is
Right.
people. I'm people
Right.
that can come with they brokenness because they told us It takes two broken people to make a whole. Stop me when I'm lying. You know,
Mm.
y'all. And then the two become one, and the opposites attract, and the this and the that, and so we started making that be. You know what I mean? Oh well,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have to sit with my stuff. I don't have to deal with my trauma, my drama.
Right.
We do that together because you
Right.
broken and I'm broken. We broken. Hey, broken. No, it's actually
Right.
for me not okay. You
Right.
And will we have stuff as we continue to grow? Absolutely. I got new
Right.
stuff. I got
Right.
stuff that ain't from 20 years ago. I don't need to reach back. I got
Right.
new stuff, but that stuff, you know what I mean, is stuff that I've accumulated now where I'm at. But to bring 20 years, 30, 40 years into today with somebody else's 30, 40 years,
Mm-hmm.
it can literally be a catastrophe. And I think
Right.
that's what happens when, you know what I mean, what we see in society today, so many people are making things that completely does not make sense, let alone not normal. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make sense. They're making it be okay because what they think they see somebody else or what they said, the they sayers said.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
He pursuing a woman or pursuing a man, I think it's based on, like you said, jihad level seasons.
Right.
Listen, and people are at different seasons. Age definitely plays a factor, but it is not the main one. Again, I'm gonna go back to that word, just the mindset of
Mm-hmm.
people. I've we've all been in the dating world. I have family members that are dating, and the stuff that I'm seeing, I am just like, oh my God, young, old, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Then vet,
Mm-hmm.
what it's mindset for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
as a man, Jihad, what are you seeing in women where they can't seem to maintain relationships to even get to the point of the ring? Because
Oh
I knew what
man.
my issue was.
Oh, that's easy. The top priority is looks. Top priority is a look.
Yeah,
That's the top
Mm-hmm.
priority. Look at me. I'm
yeah.
fine. Or they could say something positive, quote on Insta media, on social media, but their ass is sticking out first. They're a realtor and they showing you more skin than they are the house. Or they fix
Wow.
credit and they showing you in the pool half ass naked instead of showing you. The thing about it is they have to make a purpose of being somebody who brings value to life, not just to a man. What value do you bring to life?
Mm-hmm.
What do you know? Right?
Right.
Right.
It can't just be your beauty. That to me is like the biggest says, and I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? I coach, I hoop, we sometimes we talk. I'm telling you, men are turned
Mhm.
off by that. We don't,
Mm-hmm.
Really?
yes.
I
Whoa.
can believe that. I can believe
Men
that. I promise
who
you.
are really ready to say yes to a woman will never step to women like that. Never
Mm-hmm.
step to women like
Wow.
that trying to hit because that's all you present to the world. Then want to get mad at somebody respect me. You don't even respect your damn self. You're
Right.
just something to look at. So
Right. Because a lot of people,
Wow.
they
one
look at it like this. What can you teach my daughter? What can you teach my, you know what I mean? What
yeah,
is man gonna teach my sons? Like,
yeah.
you know?
It's just investment. Investment. Every man wants a woman to look nice and presentable. But it's
Mm-hmm.
just way overboard because like I put up the post the other day. Young lady I was dealing with, hey, there you go.
Hey, everybody. Hey, hey.
I put up
Hello, Simply Lorraine.
what's going on. I put up
Hello.
a thing the other day on my story. People thought that was a joke. I was talking to a young lady and we were off and on. I come back, I'm like, you look different. She's like, yeah, I got a BBL chopped.
What?
What you go get a BBL for? And then she's like, I got it for you. That don't impress me. I didn't ask you to go do nothing like that.
What's a
So
BBL?
a Brazilian butt lift with all the women are getting. And I know an actual surgeon that does it, and it's one of the most surgeries that you can get done. But it just turned me off because you
Uh-huh.
value what you look like more than anything in life.
Right,
So
right,
it's like that's a
right.
turn off because I need to know what else can you bring to life besides what the hell you look like. It's such
Yeah.
a turn. I'm telling you, A lot of men are not going to marry these IG model type chicks. They just not completely ignore them, except trying to hit. That's just the reality of it. Your values and your priorities is world perception. Look at me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Likes. I'm beautiful. Okay, you beautiful. We looked at you.
And
Now
then
what?
what? Right. Now what?
Now what? You know what I'm saying? I take them. I'm like brother polite. I take them. To the IQ test,
Yeah.
and 99.9 don't pass it. They don't know nothing about life, nothing. But they know their favorite nail shop. They can tell you what pack of bundles, and that's fine. I don't care about that. I don't care about a woman loving herself. But to me, if you love yourself, to me, self-love is problem solving. Just like I say, I don't find beauty in a woman. I find beauty in justice. I find beauty in problem solving. You come to a man's life and look good, he's going to eventually become frustrated with you when them looks diminish, because now he's looking at you like, we didn't did everything there is to do. We dated, you look good, whatever. But now what? Now he looking at a strength like, you don't know nothing. You
Oh.
can't do nothing. You ain't influencing my children.
Oh.
Now let me go out
Oh.
here and I'm back out in these streets. I need to go find a woman of substance now. So now sometimes that side piece ain't about just screwing. That side piece is an outlet. I don't have this brain and this woman at the house. She look good, but she dumb. But I spend a lot of time with you because you're stimulating. You know what I'm saying? Wifey back at home, like, what made you go into business? Oh, just a friend. It's the side piece, because the side piece smart. The side piece taught him how to go into the side business. It ain't even about sex. So at the end of the day, beauty is only going to go so far. You have to have a life impacting quality to keep a man, to make a man really just say, you know what? I want to walk through this reality with you. I see myself in your reality. Other than that, I'm telling you, cuz last night we was at the bar. We was at that, well, we sit in the high rise because, I don't drink.
Mm-hmm.
Women all around, and they just steady getting louder, laughing louder. Like, I know they was thinking like, damn, this nigga don't see I'm trying to get his attention. I see it. But I
Right.
know that you ain't got nothing to offer me because you think you look good. I don't give a damn about what you look like. Because once
Hey.
we start to get on that phone and have a conversation, I'm going to lie and say, oh, hold up, this is my job calling. I'm going to call you back. Blocked.
I can't. You know what? I'm not playing with you.
Okay.
And that's the game, folks. Good God.
I even stopped Peaches. Peaches, don't see girly girl. I'm not gonna force ball on her, but she had put on these little fake nails the other day. Daddy, I look pretty, don't I? Okay, Peaches, let's have this conversation right now. Because when you tell the child the truth is when they start to ask questions. When you see that behavior in them, I'm killing this right now. Listen, there's nothing wrong with looking nice. There's nothing wrong with nails. But this is what makes you beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I got to do that now at 5, because if I don't, next week she gonna like nails, and then the week after that she want her mama to buy another set of fake nails, and then by the time she's 7, 8 years old, now she's going to the nail shop. So that's one priority and value she picked up at 5 and 6 that I did not count. I had to stop it right now.
Yeah. And Simply Ray, let me get you caught up. Welcome, babe. I know you just.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
That girl definitely drinking her water.
Listen, you my ride or die. I knew you was coming. We was gonna wait for you too. So we're actually on the topic where Robert Bronner actually, Bonner, excuse me, he actually put to the single ladies, the next time a man tells you you will never find a better man than me, or one who treats you better than me, you tell him this: it's not my job to find a man. My job is to be wife ready for when he finds me. And so what Jihad and I, and then you just miss Lily. I think she may have lost the reception, but that's okay. I think what we were discussing is, just the different mindsets about just breaking that whole situation down, the insecurities of the man that made the statement, and then the woman, especially what that means for the woman. And it honestly, if the woman even knows what it means to be in position to, to be wife ready for when he finds her. And so I had posed the question to Jihad, like, what is it that he's seeing, that is keeping women from being able to, honestly be in position to actually get the ring? What's going on? What's the problem? So he was just stating that it's physical. It's everybody's worried about what they look like. If they liked, all the wrong things, and putting themselves out there, pictures, butts, everything, and just not really having the kind of substance that men are looking for in wives. So, do you want to chime in on this particular topic?
Not right now. I'm listening. So
You
I
said
can.
that right. Okay. So, Jihad, then I got to chime in. That is exactly what I believe. I believe that women do not know how, you know what I mean, to prepare themselves to be that kind of woman of substance. But again, it goes back to the very first topic, which is the preparation starts at home. Like your mother's preparing you for this. You'd be surprised how many grown women don't know how to cook, don't know how to clean, don't know how to do laundry. Grown women. And since we're not basing this off of tradition, the same for men. Don't know how to cook, don't know how to clean, don't know how.
Well, yeah, I'm learning how to cook now, so I got shot right there.
But it's you felt hit. Okay, you absolutely should.
Because you know what I'm saying, my mom, you know what I'm saying, I always had women in my life that cook, but you know what? I had to learn how to cook when I got sick because now my diet is different. So I had to learn. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I did all right, you know what I'm saying? My first little spinach and mushroom wrap was soupy, but I did all right though.
Yeah. And the thing is that and it's crazy because when I first met Corey, that was not his thing. But he had some in him. I'm just nurtured by nature. So I came in cooking. I came in, doing all the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it was one of those things where I'm like, listen now, because we both work, we're doing the show. It was just a lot going on. I'm busy. Y'all know that. I'm a busy bee. I just like being busy. And so it was like he got in there, he got in the kitchen and he learned. And that's all right. He wasn't really, I came in cleaning, laundry, all of that. Could he? Absolutely yes, but he knew I would do it. But then, we finally had the understanding that balance here, you know what I mean? And so that's where I saw him starting to share in and actually do more than me when it came to chores, when it came to this stuff where, again, it's based on we had to customize our home and not based off a tradition in the way we were raised and what worked for us. You see what I'm saying? It stays where I may cook, I may clean, I may do, the laundry, whatever. But if he sees that, hey, she's busy or she's tired or whatever, he'll go in there and do the same thing. So that's a great balance for us. But does he have his standards? Do I have my standards? Absolutely. And we set them. Not doing it is totally different than not knowing how. It is men and women out here that want to be in stable relationships, you know what I mean? Long-term relationships, and they don't have anything to offer. We're not going to just leave it at the domestic things. They don't have no get up and go. They don't want to work. They don't have jobs. I just did a Zoom recently, and these are some of the things that the single women were mentioning about the men. And they were just simply like, listen, what do you do when you're dealing with somebody that's stagnant? What do you do when you're dealing with somebody that is afraid of commitment? What do you do when you're dealing with somebody that just, just don't want to work, just don't have no drive, no goals, no nothing?
Don't choose them.
Huh?
Don't choose them.
Yeah, right. I thought you said put his shoes on.
No, I'm like, don't choose them. If you clearly see that, leave them where they be.
Yeah.
That part.
Like, you got some instructions to make this man change.
And that's the thing. I feel like there are, I think you'll know when it's that person, like Lily was saying earlier, to her statement, when it's a man that's worth, you know what I mean, investing that in, that he's just lacking these things, you know, the I'll say the support, or he's just lacking that rib, you know what I mean? But I see it's in him. You know what I mean? And it's my job to show him what's inside of him and bring that out the right way, not in a mothering way, not in a condescending way, but in a manner that makes him still, where he knows he's still a man. I can't even say that I don't disagree with her, but there are some men, I would say, that, like you just said, Jihad, leave them where they at. You know what I mean? If you got to do if it turns into a job, you got to do too much work. It shouldn't be that hard. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, again, this is just it's a matter of balance. It's a matter of the woman and the man understanding themselves. Who said that? Was that you that said that, Jihad? Understanding yourself first, knowing who you are.
That was Lily.
Lily.
Lily's.
Okay. Just knowing who you are and understanding who yourself first before you can try to ask anybody or pursue anybody. I think that's a major key, and something that we do not communicate. Do you know how amazing and dope it would be to simply be like, you know, I'm really feeling you, I'm digging you, but I'm dealing with some stuff right now. You know what I'm saying? And leave a person where they are and just kind of bet on being whatever's for you, being for you. And if it's meant, it'll be, but just being upfront and honest with people from the beginning. Like, listen, this is where I'm at. You know, like you said, seasons, Jihad. This is where I'm at. I don't have no hidden agendas. I don't want to come into your life because, no, I can't be those things. But then I think we have to also look at the fact that people are not communicating effectively nowadays. And so everybody's just going with the flow. And again, back to social media. Whatever looks like it's trending, that's who it's. What was we saying? Us and Blue Ray chameleons. Was that man you? Chameleons.
Yeah.
People are turning into chameleons, you know, and it's just like, hey, whatever color it is today, that's who I'm gonna be. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I really have dreamed about going to the chop shop because I'm tired. I don't feel like it. I don't do the gym. I failed PE all my life. I don't do the gym. I dreamed about. Listen, tuck and roll, baby. Let's go. Tuck and roll.
We'll come back.
He said, "Come back, land."
It's gonna come back. I know somebody that had that done. They didn't exercise none. They came back.
So then I recently heard that, and I was like, "That's stupid." I'm not.
It was funny when she got it done because she called me. She's like, "Where you at?" I was like, "I'm at work." She was like, "Come look at me." I was like, "Okay."
Bigger. I heard that it gets bigger the more weight you gain because it doesn't stop you from gaining weight. But that's a different show. We're gonna have to actually do a whole show on that. But I think ultimately, it's a self-esteem issue with the man. I don't know. Jihad was saying simply, Lorraine, that something about he thinks that it's okay for the woman to pursue the man as well.
No. The man still pursues the woman. I think women should stop waiting around, waiting to be chosen. Let it be known. Like you ain't for men to pull triggers with you.
Okay, that you want to be chosen.
Yeah,
okay.
You can let a man know, like, dude, I'm feeling you, but you ain't necessarily got. That's why I said earlier, you don't have to put your vulnerability out there. You don't have to put your heart on the table. But a lot of men are no longer pulling triggers for various reasons. I'm one of them. So a lot of men, I can't speak for every man. I can speak for myself. Like I was saying earlier, I don't see the value in the chase when I know the marketing value ain't going to go too much past beauty and sex. You understand what I'm saying? And just with the stuff I've experienced, what I learned is the woman chooses the man, and when the woman chooses the man, she's gonna make it known that she finds favor in that man.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
It's nothing wrong with stepping to a guy. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Yo, dude, can I talk to you for a second? Like, look, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm feeling you. I like you and stuff like that. Every time I've been
God, I
approached
could never.
every time I've been approached with the one, but what I said was, women pursue everything else in life but a man, which is more
Yes.
important than your. I ain't gonna say more important. People priorities are different, but you pursue your house that you want. You pursue the school your kids go to. You pursue the car you want to drive. Why would you stop at pursuing a particular man, which is really going to be the centerpiece of your life? Because nothing is really meant to be alone in the universe. The sun has the moon. The light has the dark. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Love
right,
has the
right.
hate. So you have an equal duality that belongs in your life. That's just the natural order of things, male and female principles. So if more men, like if women just come out of the old tradition of he who find him, you got to find me. First of all, what is he looking at to find you?
Okay,
You know what I'm
so let
saying?
me let
What
me
is
chime
what is
in
it
right
about?
there.
What is it about? What is it about you to be found?
But let me chime in right there because again, we're having the same conversation, but for me what I'm saying is it's more of an essence. It's spiritual. If she is doing all of the things that she needs to do as a woman, or I'll say a career person or mother or whatever it is that if she focuses on her, there is an essence that man, and this is just my way of describing it, so go with me. I just feel like that's who she's going to attract. You see what I'm saying? It's an energy exchanging, it's an exchange of power. It's like I can be in the same room, you understand what I'm saying, with you, but if I'm feeling you, you know what I mean, the only thing that I should ever have to do is be me. But what I'm thinking we were discussing is it's the women that are being ridiculous. That's taking their clothes off, they naked, they doing everything they can, they in the club, they loud, they want attention so bad that, like you just said, you can't hear them, you can't see them. I mean, you hear them, but you know what I mean, you don't see nothing that you would be attracted to, because again, she too loud. I'm loud in tone, but I'm also loud and boisterous in my mindset. I'm loud when it comes to, you know what I mean, just being intentional about my children, my grandchildren, generational wealth. I'm loud in so many different areas about educating myself and constantly being in the know. So those are things that are qualities versus my butt, you know what I'm saying? My lace front, although I am here for a lace front, but my lace front, my nails, my car, my this. Those are all shallow, vain things that you were saying earlier. So I think I'm just making sure we're having the same conversation. I just believe that what you're going to find in her, when you find her, and this is me just knowing you, and now I'm speaking to you about you. When you find her, you always going to be attracted to this. You know what I'm saying? You're
What
always
you mean when I cross paths with her?
when you oh Lord.
I'm telling you, I ain't pulling no triggers. I meant that. I'm literally like, yo, what's up, Red? You know what I'm saying? Because like,
when did you start that? When did you start? Like, what made you get to that point in life where you was like, I'm no longer
understanding the science of the woman. I learned that in the 5% Nation.
Uh-huh.
When I learned true science and mathematics and the concepts, when I learned the science of a woman, and it's worked, you know what I'm saying? As far as me and her mother, that's me, you know what I'm saying? But because I know the woman chooses the man. That's why a lot of men get married and end up in divorce court, calling the woman all kind of bees and this, that, and brother, she didn't choose you. This is why a man will always say, I did this and I did that and the third. Now she was some old bum ass nigga jail and he ain't got nothing. He chose him. He saw himself in his reality. She didn't see herself in yours. So that's why she went that route. But when the woman chooses the man rightfully pursues the woman. And I'm telling you, a lot of guys, it's always been said that a lot of, really within our community, because I don't hear white women say, I'm waiting on the Lord to send me a man. I've only heard black women say that. So, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Black men, and they ain't pulling these triggers. If they pull a trigger, it's trying to have sex, because most women, number one top priority is a look. So you said earlier, if she's being herself, she'll attract that man. Define what is being herself, because if a woman is a good woman, you know, with the way I am, and I program myself, I don't give a damn how good she looks, how curvaceous she is. I'm not stepping to that woman just because she looks good. I'll be cordial if we interact or cross paths or hold the door. Hey, how you doing? Zip. But how would I know she's being her? How would I know she's a career woman or a good woman or a good mother just based off her look? Because looks is what's going to detract me as far as attract me.
So how is she supposed to know and confirm that you're someone that she can, you know what I mean, be vulnerable with and say, hey, I'm feeling you? How does she know she's feeling you?
Oh, that's easy because of the way I carry myself, the way that I dress, the way that I talk. You understand
So
what I'm saying?
we having the same
So
conversation.
why can't that be the same for the woman?
No, we having the same
because you got a lot of women out here that have such nasty, bad attitudes and dispositions. You would never know. You can't see.
We ain't talking about a lot of women. We talking about those men and those women.
Yeah.
Like the ones that are out there on the same thing.
Yeah.
The difference between because most men, I'm speaking for myself, are more introverted. I'm not on the scene. I'm not in the sports bar. I don't go to events. I don't go to outings. So, you know, I don't see. Here's the thing. Don't y'all steal my book, but I'll talk about in my book. The number one thing about Black people, the number one priority we have is showing off to each other. And I got to really thinking about it. We laughed the loudest. We talked the loudest. We dressed the loudest. Dude in my complex driving the loudest with that loud ass engine. We want to be acknowledged. We want people to know we exist because we're not known for really any impact on the global scale in life, period, right? So if you can get past the desire of wanting to be acknowledged, you become a powerful person. So therefore, I don't have to be in the clubs. I don't have to be out. When I step out this door, you understand what I'm saying? Like you said earlier, kind of in a spiritual mode. When I step out this door, my very presence with a woman that's ready, gonna look and be like, there he go. Because it's not a lot of me, it's a lot of niggas, but it ain't a lot of jihads out here. It ain't a lot of Queen G's out here. It ain't a lot of Lorraine's, but it's a lot of ratchet chicks. It's a lot of Cardi B's. That's what's dominating. But us, the elites, were different. And when you get in that status, it's just like that movie with Will Smith called Hancock, right? He had special powers in that movie, right? Until he ran into this dude he saved wife, found out they come from the same nanotype technology or superpower. She knew who he was when she saw him at the dinner table. He was married to a regular human being,
and that's why
Will, and was like, nigga, we know each other, but his memory was lost. But when she looked at him, she knew. There he go. They in the sky fighting. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing with men of my caliber. I can only speak on myself because as time goes on, you know what I'm saying, I become the rare commodity. I know what I bring to the table. You can call me cocky, arrogant. I know what I bring to the table as a man. I listen to the horror stories women say, and I be like, damn, this shit would never come to my mind to do or act like or say or abusive. Right. My friend, my partner is the most, he might be watching, so what? This dude gets results. He talked to women crazy and they give him his number and they give him everything. They fall in love with this guy and he don't give a damn about him. And I'm thinking to myself, shit, I really ain't gonna pull no triggers now. If the majority of I'm talking about not the ratchet chick, these be nurses and lawyer women. He be like, hey, come here, mama. Hey, mama. And just talk to him crazy. I said, man, why you so rude? He said, you too nice, but he gets results. I can't help that I am who I am. But at the end of the day, when you get on a certain particular level in life and you start to devalue things and you start to see clearly, the elites will know who they are when they see each other. The problem of it is, I think women have a problem showing more vulnerability than men. Men might be afraid of simple rejection, but men don't have a problem being vulnerable. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, as for jihad Messiah yourself, I'm not pulling that trigger. I'm not.
And again, that is where you are, and that is honestly, I mean, respect. We get that. I much respect. I understand because of who you are. You're absolutely right. But there is a woman, many, several that are of the same caliber. You understand what I'm saying? That are out here. That is, you literally. So we're still having the same conversation. You're having it from you male perspective, and I'm having it from a female perspective, meaning while I understand that it's so many out there that are just loud as far as empty, You know what I'm saying? They loud, but they empty. Women, I'm talking about women. But there
Mhm.
are so many women out there as well that are they where you at. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? They not in the clubs, they not in the bars, they're not trying to find their identity in somebody else and getting a street dude. They're not
Mhm.
trying to do that. You know what I'm
But for the
saying?
women that you speak of, the numbers, the reason why I say they better had learned to show a little, they better come outside the box because the numbers ain't in their favor. It's more women than there are men. You understand what I'm saying? This is why you see a lot of black men get married before a lot of women do. And then I ain't talking about outside that race either. I ain't talking about other ethnic stocks of women. The numbers are gonna always play in a man's favor because it's more women on the planet. It's more women than men. So at the end of, but with that being said, there are men who are quality men ripe for marriage. You understand what I'm saying? But the men who are actually ready to be, now I'm talking about in a monogamous setup because you got a lot of people on polygamy now, right? Knowing your numbers, that's a whole nother conversation. But when you got men that's ready to settle down and be that one, you're gonna have to come out of that box of thinking, I'm waiting. You're gonna wait till you old and bony. Calcium D is defecting you. I'm telling you, they got to come out of that because a lot of brothers that I know, I don't hang. First of all, birds of a feather flock together. I don't hang with no bum ass niggas. I don't hang with no cats that don't take care of their children. You understand what I'm saying? Every guy I know is constructive, but every guy I know is single and they ain't pulling no triggers because they figure like, why? I'm a commodity in today's world when you got a plethora of men that are inferior. It ain't even about education. They're not even intelligent enough to solve problems. Feminine, you understand what I'm saying? Just
Right.
abusive, no goals in life. They either trying to rap or play ball, you understand, or be a drug dealer. Nobody wants to be a man. Nobody wants to do man work because it's not sexy. This is not what attracts women. What you do for a living? I farm. That ain't sexy. What you do for a living? I plumb and I fix AC. That ain't sexy. What you do for a living? I rap. Ooh, see what I'm saying? So they're here they're here amongst the living in society, but it's again values, interests, and principles. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So they
Simply
exist.
Ray. Yeah. Yeah. I need you to chime in, baby. Because I see it. It's written all over your face. Go ahead.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, you started to say something earlier. Go ahead.
I forgot that thought. It done went way over there somewhere.
Because okay. So Jihad, you
I
listen.
get where I totally get where he's coming from.
This
Like
is where you're gonna be able to tell. Go ahead.
yeah, I think the elite both have to come out of their box because from what I'm hearing is you have a group of women and you have a group of men that's saying I'm elite and I don't have to come out of this box. But in order for them to connect, they both have to go and send those triggers. They don't have to start those conversations so that you can pour that type of point so you can start teaching the next generation that if all they continue to see is what's out here,
You're
then
not gonna meet none of the. Listen, y'all. If I'm dying, I'm crying inside in
come
a good
on.
way. I'm laughing because my circle is made up of elite men, elite women that are single, and you hit the nail on the head. Nobody wants to come out of their box. Nobody wants to come out of their box because again,
Nobody wants to.
I think there's a level of awareness that you have that it's like, okay, self-value, being self-aware, being intentional about what it is, that knowing what you want and not bending on that. Those are all wonderful qualities. But what I was saying to you, Jihad, is there is absolutely a woman out there that is designed just for you. There is the Hancock situation all over again.
Then she know when she see me.
But if you don't she got to get close enough to you, but she's not in those places of the women that you're describing. I've seen them like you see them. You know what I mean? I see them where you see them at. But the difference is that That's not part of my circle. That
I
ain't.
mean, okay, let's say like this, like for my birthday, Friday night I went bowling. My sister and I, her birthday the day after mine, and she wanted to, so we had a little kind of like a meetup at the rooftop here. But in all honesty, I
That's
have
the name
more
of the
fun.
bowling alley?
Huh?
That's the name of the bowling alley, the rooftop?
No, I'm saying the next day,
Okay.
Saturday night, it was a meeting, like a meet and greet, kind of like, and we had people meet us on top of the rooftop. But in all actuality, if it wasn't my sister's birthday, 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't have been there, and I had way more fun bowling.
You'll be a more constructive person in a bowling environment than you will a meet and greet, because everybody at a meet and greet is wearing a costume of character. COC.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it actually kind of wasn't nothing like that, because it was really ended up just being family.
Yeah.
That met up with each other. So it was a good time, but I mean, in all honesty, I just had more fun bowling.
Yeah.
Russell has a comment. Your character shows who you are. He said amen up above that. Your character shows who you are, which makes a man attracted to a woman, her spirituality, her duality of who she is. That's what a man should be attracted to, not what she looks like. The secondary, if you're not my friend, how can you be my lover? So thank you, Russell. I believe what he's saying is basically we just, Jihad, I think we've talked about this before. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I gave an answer for that too. I remember.
And knowing who go ahead. I'm gonna let you take it then. You go right ahead.
Oh no, I mean, he writing exact with everything he say, but the last line he says, if you're not my friend, how can you be my lover? Because that's what I value from at the time, just sex. I don't have to be your friend. That is the language of a man that's really ready to settle down. But if a man is not ready to settle down, then I don't have to be your friend for us to have sex. You can be my lover all day long. That's a no-brainer. But at that, it's all about the value at that time. See what I'm saying? When I find value in a woman, every woman I found value in, it was not based on looks. I'm not saying she wasn't a beautiful woman or attractive woman. It was not based on physical attraction or lust. I wanted to get beyond the shield of the human composition and find out who am I actually dealing with. You understand what I'm saying?
So do you believe she's out there?
I believe what you said earlier. I believe there's somebody for everybody, right? And I think in my situation, I think the woman I eventually settle down with, I think she's gonna be a reformed ratchet chick.
I can't.
That's what I think. She's gonna be I'm gonna tell you something. You know why I say that?
He really just said that way.
You know why I say that? I'm gonna say that. Let me tell you why I say that.
But I totally get where he's coming from already.
I've said this in post. I said, if I settle with a woman, it's gonna be a reformed ratchet chick, right? Just like the greatest pastors have history. It wasn't a guy who just didn't have a history. Them some of the most convicted deliverers of the word. But the one thing I give ratchet, see, there's good and bad in everything, right? The one thing I noticed about the hood ratchet chick that a lot of educated and elite women or like educated women don't have, they're not good mothers. They don't know how to cook. They're not really good at like certain cultures. The ratchet chick just don't know how to talk in certain environments outside the hood or how to act, or she might have a bad diet. But but the ratchet chick is about her man. One thing about ratchet hood chicks, when they fall in love with a man, they ride or die. And if a ratchet chick look at me like, yo, dude, I like you, nigga, you know what I'm saying? And she really want to get to know me, then she's going to receive things that I teach her. And once she can hold in that knowledge, that's going to take her to a whole nother level. So she ain't going to be wearing all this pink and green, yellow hair. She ain't going to be wearing all this crazy stuff no more, because she was like, you know what?
Hey, I wear pink and green and yellow.
Right. I'm talking about, the young girls, you know what I'm saying? Because it's on a whole level.
It's saying a ratchet in me.
Yeah. She already, because the things about, here's the deep thing about it. Ratchet chicks possess a lot of qualities that men look for. We don't regard them as being highly intelligent, highly driven. You know what I'm saying? Just like my partner said the other day, he said, man, I love my wife, but I hate when she talk, because she from deep South Georgia. So when they be at functions around the job, baby, just don't say nothing, be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Hey, where the jelly at? Y'all got some hot sauce? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel
but
like you talking
I
about
think
me. I really
no,
do.
but what I'm saying is when you
I feel hit.
intelligence exists in everybody, but who's the one that's going to open up that can? You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
the hood ratchet chicks, they already embody, because you know they always ride or die for their guy. They gonna cook, they gonna F you, they'll shoot somebody for you. But once if they love you, or that's with any woman, once they receive you, whatever you drop on them, when you start to hit them with stuff they never heard before in life, and it starts to convict them, they start to change. You already got her heart, but her mind is just as good as the chick with the degree, but her mind is going to supersede that chick because she actually has a culture of home life, womanhood, mothering, as opposed to the chick with the degree and the education. She's just pretty. She can't cook. You know what I'm saying? But, she don't know nothing about children. She didn't breastfeed, you know what I'm saying? Like the movie Roscoe Jenkins. Remember the movie Roscoe Jenkins, Your Life is Calling? And Martin Lawrence was his TV show host, and he was dating that bougie
Yeah,
chick.
I remember.
When he went back to the country, he found this girl. She wasn't nowhere near like that. She was country, barefoot, eating watermelon, sitting on the porch. So that's what I'm saying. I think the person for me is probably gonna be a reformed ratchet chick that's ready to learn, honestly.
I'm hollering. Do you hear me? I am hollering. Simply
Okay.
Ray, who, because you are
Russell,
also,
Russell.
I'm hollering.
Russell, like,
Listen.
bruh.
Right.
Oh my
Hi, Miss
Jesus.
Peaches.
Hi, Simply Lorraine.
Hey, everybody. Say hi, Simply Lorraine.
We
Hi.
have Miss Peaches. You are everything. Do you hear
Yes,
me? It's the
yes.
eyes for me.
What do you say?
You got me crying, laughing. Oh my God, y'all! I'm hollering. He said,
Right.
"Listen." He said, "Straight talk, no chasers tonight."
Did
Simply
he?
Ray. So now I want to throw that back on you because again, we're talking about elite to elite. Hey, I didn't even realize, but I mean, y'all, I realized I knew, but let me just use YouTube because I can just remove myself. To elite single people as an elite single woman, what is it that you're seeing on your side as far as what you believe, as far as your elite man, your match? Because I know you a tough cookie too. Boy, you and Jihad. In the words of Corey Poe, y'all hell. Talk to me. Help somebody today.
Wow. Like my things of like most definitely value is like first and foremost, they cannot be easily persuaded. That is just a pet peeve of mine. Somebody that can be like, you know what I'm saying? You have to have your own thoughts. You have to have your own thought process. If you in a room full of different people and your whole thought process can be changed, then
Yeah.
I don't really feel like we can set anything solid and move from there. So that's a no go for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then just they have to be open minded.
Yeah.
Because so many of us have been taught so many things that are just not right. And since I've been on the show with y'all, most definitely I have picked up some things from Mr. Jihad as far as just like it's just in my aspect of life now. Like if you are not a problem solver, I don't even want to have a conversation.
Right.
If we not, you know what I mean? If we're not talking about solving problems, then I'm
Right.
over it.
Right. Already. Over it.
Mhm.
Over it. And it's crazy because you literally said that. Was it yesterday or earlier?
Mhm.
We didn't
Yeah.
talk today. So it was yesterday.
Yeah.
And you were literally saying that. And the thing is that I believe that we got to figure out, y'all got to figure out, because I'm figured out.
I mean, in all honesty, right now, I don't even be looking. I just be doing me.
Right. And I think that's one of the things that I'm trying to get across. The only thing I want to convey is I believe that we need to create an atmosphere for just those kind of people, Jihad. I don't know. Like Cause y'all don't. You like, I don't know. Where do y'all go? What do y'all do? How do y'all meet? That's what I'm trying to. How do you meet? Like,
I'm gonna stick. You know, this I tell people all the time, man. This book, this is my Bible for life, right? And I say this much: when you fall in love with your purpose, you're gonna find a person that's gonna fall in love with you.
Yeah,
I honestly believe that. I believe that people find the right and correct person during their purpose, right? Um, I believe that person does exist, but I also do think that there's a level of recognition on your part, like you said earlier. But it's where you at in life. Now, where I'm at particularly, if I see the humility and the vulnerability, you got me. Because I know that's the one thing that's not going to be handed over with the average typical woman, but that's going to happen when that woman sees herself in your reality and she really desires to be with you and everything else. See, when you start to see your everybody has a code, right? And I ain't talking about the kind of racist code. What I'm saying is every woman, when she dates a man, she's looking to hear certain languages at a certain particular time. She's waiting to see maturity at a certain particular time. And she has a set of rules that cannot be broken. Like Lorraine said, she don't like persuasion, right?
Right.
Men have the same thing too. We have a set of rules that if this is broken, this person is disqualified. We got a code that we look at. But I think when you meet that person, it all goes out the window. You understand what I'm saying? Because you know how you can get with one person and get a result, but they get with another one and get a whole different result, whole nother plethora of energy from this person that the last person didn't get. Just like when the person say, "Well, that's just me." No, that's what you wanted me to become used to, but you didn't tell the last guy like that. You gave him your all and your everything. And he destroyed you. But now you on guard mode. Now you got this list of rules and codification that you go by. But when you meet that person, I believe there's somebody I heard that just make you be like, it all goes out the window. What I used to do, the stuff it just goes out the window because I really like this person. This is why a lot of time when people I know this particular area for families, you know what I'm saying? We all had that cousin who had a boyfriend be like, man, this nigga ain't, what is it about this guy, right?
Right.
But in her particular space, we don't know what it was about that man that made our cousin say, the hell with all this, you know what?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, wow. I gotta kill something right quick.
Absolutely. He said, I gotta kill something. Boy, if that ain't me, that is too funny.
Hey, that right there.
I know. And we gotta get ready to wrap it up. We are at our time. This has been man, this has been a very interesting conversation, hopefully enlightening as well. Simple Little Ray, we're gonna have to come back with we're gonna come back with the comeback because
I'm so ready next Saturday.
You ready?
I'm ready.
I know. I told the people, listen, she got to pay the real bills, okay? So the real ones. But it was an amazing conversation, and I thank you guys. I thank you for leaving your job and you know what I mean, jumping on and just being true. This has been I've really enjoyed this conversation, and we could go on and on forever. So y'all stay tuned because we'll definitely let y'all know which thing we're going to be in next Saturday. I'm excited because I feel like we're going to stay somewhere in this space, but we'll see. Either way it goes, it's been a blast, guys. Thank y'all for bearing with us. Y'all know I tried to wait for my homie.
I know it's been raining all week in Georgia. This spider was this big.
Oh,
that's why she was tapping me like that, Daddy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Done for that one. Bang, bang.
Ray, I know you up in the Midwest. They got some big animals and bugs here, boy.
You hear me? I just sprayed for them yesterday.
Listen,
spiders and bugs. I'm getting ready to go outside as soon as daylight come. I'll be spraying on the outside. Because I can't even do it.
Look, Mama came to the store today and blessed me so much. She blessed us, listen, and had the bleach and the bug spray and everything. I mean, my sinuses is on 1,000,000, but it was worth it. I don't do the creepy crawler, so I was like, okay, I just keep stepping outside. I'll get it together, take some for headache, but go ahead, do your thing. Cause
Y'all in
me
the
and
country. Don't
Pierce,
forget the lime.
the
Oh,
lime. I know she is
yeah.
a stickler about
You know
that.
what?
I really need to get
You know
some.
what's best for snakes?
What?
A cat.
A cat.
I
We
found
got
this out.
plenty around. That might be why we ain't really
That's
seen
the
a
one
whole
thing a
lot.
snake can't kill, but they can kill a snake as a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they literally are all around our neighborhood. They ain't ours, but we don't mess
They
with them.
all over Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I can't deal. Y'all, listen, we're gonna be back next Saturday. I feel like this was how'd y'all like the last part of the conversation? I thought this was a really good.
Yeah, that was high volume. That was high gear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you was all gas, no brakes, but it's
Yeah.
all right.
No, it was on point as far as
Yeah, I think this is where I want to, we can revisit somewhere around this lane.
And I think sometimes people have found their person already, but they weren't in the right state of mind, the right place.
Nita, say hi, cousin Nita.
Yes, but y'all, we got to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We know we have a late show, but we appreciate everybody that stays up. And
You're gonna have to bring Russell on. He be having some good stuff to say in them comments.
I know, Mr. Russell.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank y'all so much for being here. We'll be back next Saturday, same time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're gonna go ahead and go out with Mr. Brandon. Good night, y'all.
Peace.
Good night.
It's a letter to my mama, letter to my best friend. I know your love run deep, it'll never end. She taught me how to cook, she taught me how to clean. My dude's the realest one that is on my team, never ever picking sides. She taught me how to rise, taught me how to be a leader, never ever follow God, son, always follow God. She taught me how to pray, right before I eat, and right before I lay, don't be scared to make mistakes. She taught me that it's human, so I'ma be like Nike, and just do it, anything I wanna do. I know my mama, she gon' ride, yeah. She say never fear no men, only fear God, yeah. So I'ma walk around with my head high in these fear guys. My mama, she gon' be straight, I put that on my God. And I kill 100 niggas before I ever see you cry. I love you, mama. It's a letter to my mama, letter to my best friend. I know your love run deep, it'll never end. She taught me how to cook, she taught me how to clean. My dude's the realest one that is on my team, never ever picking sides. She taught me how to rise, taught me how to be a leader, never ever follow God, son, always follow God. She taught me how to pray, right before I eat, and right before I lay, don't be scared to make mistakes. She taught me that it's human, so I'ma be like Nike, and just do it, anything I wanna do. I know my mama, she gon' ride, yeah. She say never fear no men, only fear God, yeah. So I'ma walk around with my head high in these fear guys. My mama, she gon' be straight, I put that on my God. And I kill 100 niggas before I ever see you cry. I love you, mama. It's a letter to my mama, letter to my best friend. I know your love run deep, it'll never end. She taught me how to cook, she taught me how to clean. My dude's the realest one that is on my team, never ever picking sides. She taught me how to rise, taught me how to be a leader, never ever follow God, son, always follow God. She taught me how to pray, right before I eat, and right before I lay, don't be scared to make mistakes. She taught me that it's human, so I'ma be like Nike, and just do it, anything I wanna do. I know my mama, she gon' ride, yeah. She say never fear no men, only fear God, yeah. So I'ma walk around with my head high in these fear guys. My mama, she gon' be straight, I put that on my God. And I kill 100 niggas before I ever see you cry. I love you, mama. It's a letter to my mama, letter to my best friend. I know your love run deep, it'll never end. She taught me how to cook, she taught me how to clean. My dude's the realest one that is on my team, never ever picking sides. She taught me how to ride, taught me how to be a leader, never ever follow God, son, always follow God. She taught me how to pray, right before I eat and right before I lay. Don't be scared to make mistakes. She taught me that it's human, so I'ma be like Nike and just do it. Anything I wanna do, I know my mama, she gon' ride. Yeah. She say never fear no men, only fear God. Yeah. So I'ma walk around with my head high in these fear guys. My mama, she gon' be straight, I put that on my God. And I kill 100 niggas before I ever see you cry. I love you, mama. It's a letter to my mama, letter to my best friend. I know your love run deep, it'll never end. She taught me how to cook, she taught me how to clean. My dude's the realest one that is on my team, never ever picking sides. She taught me how to ride, taught me how to be a leader, never ever follow God, son, always follow God. She taught me how to pray, right before I eat and right before I lay. Don't be scared to make mistakes. She taught me that it's human, so I'ma be like Nike and just do it. Anything I wanna do, I know my mama, she gon' ride. Yeah. She say never fear no men, only fear God. Yeah. So I'ma walk around with my head high in these fear guys. My mama, she gon' be straight, I put that on my God. And I kill 100 niggas before I ever see you cry. I love you, mama.
Like I was